the Tasmanian Coast, a habitat dominated by violence, crushing waves, deadly predators, and an unforgiving rocky shoreline. But one species thrives in this craggy chaos: the fur seal. Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animalogic. We're heading out to the pier now on Phillip Island to join a boat on a little tour out to Seal Rock. Seal Rock has a resident population of Australian fur seals. This colony in particular is pretty gigantic. They're estimating the numbers at around 30,000. There are 9 species of fur seals within the Arctocephalinae subfamily, and they're actually more closely related to sea lions than true seals. Unlike true seals, fur seals have ears, and with 4 limbs are quite agile on land. They're found around the world, and a few of those species call the shores of Australia home, including the Australian fur seal and the long-nosed or New Zealand fur seal. Usually located on rocky islands and outcroppings, these colonies may not look appealing, but to fur seals, it's their temptation island. Welcome to Seal Rock. You hear it and you smell it before you see it. It's hard to describe the smell of a fur seal colony, though I guess it smells like what it is: rotting fish and seal poo. For something that looks like a cute sea doggo, they have one hell of an unappealing smell. Spending much of their lives at sea, males come to shore to establish these massive colonies, and they fight each other for the best mating spots. Females will also fight other females once they've mated for access to the best areas to give birth. Female fur seals will give birth to a single pup in the summer. One incredibly cool thing that fur seals can do is that they can control when their embryo starts to develop through a process called delayed implantation, which means that they can delay embryo development. They do this to ensure their pups are born in the summer, when temperatures are warm and food is plentiful. The mothers do all the parenting and spend their days hunting for food. The pups stay behind and play with the other pups in the neighborhood. There's some babies playing out over there. Little fur seal pups. The pups are actually born black, and in the late spring, they molt and turn a lighter brownish gray. So cute. It's going like this. I do that too. Pups plunge into the water for the first time at 6 months of age. And by 11 months, they're independent, though they'll still stick close to mom for moral support. So fur seals really do live up to their name because they're intensely furry. Fur seals have 2 thick layers of fur to keep them warm in cold waters, unlike many other species which only have 1. The top layer repels water, and the underfur keeps their bodies toasty in the cold waters they call home. It also makes them much better swimmers because they become more hydrodynamic. Not only do these colonies smell horrible, but they're also incredibly loud. The whole island is a cacophony of females yelling at their kids and males yelling at each other. Each voice is unique to the seal and identifiable by other seals. a useful skill in what can only be described as a big ol' pile of seals. Unlike true seals, which look like pigs in a blanket on land, fur seals have strong limbs and can top around 15 kilometers an hour running. While they are fairly adept on land, underwater is where they thrive. Fur seals are purpose-built swimmers. They look fluid and can turn on a dime to evade a predator or pursue prey. They can hold their breath for up to 15 minutes, diving up to 380 meters on a single breath, all while hunting and eating. They are one with the ocean. While they do eat squid and octopus, the vast majority of their diet is made up of fish. These fish, sensing predators in the area, have formed what's called a bait ball. The fish swim together in a large ball, and since there's so many fish, each fish is banking on the predator getting full before catching them. A survival strategy for the fish is a buffet for the fur seals. The seals dive through the bait ball, mouth wide open, scooping up as much as possible. But the fur seals aren't the only ones that have shown up to the party. We've got a bait ball that we're chasing, and we're not the only ones here. The bait ball has drawn all kinds of predators. Terns, gannets, and an albatross attack it from above. While below the surface, a school of dolphins is converging on the bait ball. It's a sight to behold. It's crazy. But the fur seals have to be quick. They aren't the biggest predators on the scene anymore. Sharks are the fur seals' biggest predators, and a great white shark is a particularly adept foe. Fur seals are much more agile than great whites, and they can outmaneuver the sharks with ease. If need be, they'll jump out of the water to avoid a bite and confuse their pursuers. They also use their numbers to their advantage, as the predators are less likely to target a group. But this seal has gotten separated from its friends. Disoriented by the commotion, he makes an easy target for the great white. But fur seals aren't usually such easy meals. Male Australian fur seals can measure over 2 meters in length and weigh up to 280 kilograms. They have large canines that they use to rip and tear into their prey. They also have the cutest little ears, just little fleshy tubes with fur. True seals don't have that either. While charging through bait balls is an easy way for them to fish, they spend a lot of their time hunting in kelp forests. And they have a familiar adaptation that helps them thrive in these underwater mazes. Their whiskers. Fur seals have incredibly sensitive whiskers. They're up to 14 times more sensitive than a cat's whiskers. They use their whiskers for following the vibrations and currents created by fish, noting all the subtle little changes in the water, allowing them to pinpoint the fish's location with ease. Kelp forests are prime fishing territory. These giant underwater forests can grow upwards of 40 meters from the seafloor and are home to a diverse ecosystem filled with a vast array of fish and crustaceans. They offer refuge from the crushing currents of the ocean, providing many species with fertile breeding grounds. Unfortunately, this important ecosystem is disappearing around the world. I don't enjoy being the bearer of bad news, but it's worth mentioning how climate change is affecting these fur seals. It's actually a very observable thing. As sea temperatures continue to rise, kelp forests across the globe are vanishing. During recent marine heat waves, the waters in the Tasman Sea have been 3 degrees Celsius hotter than they were just 25 years ago. Kelp don't have root systems. and they rely on the nutrients in the water to survive. And warm water carries less nutrients than colder water. And so, during these heat waves, the kelp don't absorb enough nutrients to survive. The problem is exacerbated by warm waters bringing invasive species with them that quickly take over these habitats. Within the last 20 years, the footprint of the kelp forests in Tasmania have decreased by 95%. Just imagine if 95% of the forests in your hometown had been cut down in the last 20 years. In the absence of the kelp forests, the ocean floor, once rich with biodiversity in these areas, now resembles a wasteland, devoid of life. For the fur seal, it means going out farther to find food, or not returning with enough to feed their pups. And for us, it's a sign of things to come. We love taking a close look at fur seals and all of the amazing animals that we cover here on Animalogic. Our friends at Nature on PBS are getting even closer to the action in their new mini-series, Spy in the Wild 2. In this sequel to the popular Spy in the Wild series, the team introduces more than 50 incredibly realistic spy cameras, shaped as hummingbirds, gorillas, and even turtle eggs, to allow them to record nature as you've never seen it before. Each episode explores a different region of the world. One of my favorite episodes takes us to the cold waters of southern Australia, where a spy baby seal cam gives us a unique perspective of seal society. Nature, Spy in the Wild 2 is streaming right now at pbs.org/spyinthewild, with new episodes airing Wednesday nights at 8 Eastern Time, 7 Central on PBS through May 20th. Be sure to stream all the episodes on the PBS video app so that you don't miss a single species. What should I talk about next? Please let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe for new episodes every week. Thanks for watching and see ya! Gonna go for a ride. Surfing! Gotta give it the biggest yeehaw you've ever seen. Yeehaw! I don't think that's what surfers say. I'm no surfer. I don't know what they say. Like cowabunga, dude. Cowabunga! Oh, here we go! Oh my god! Yes! Let's go! I can't get enough of that.